Hey guys, it's B Wiley. Welcome to my channel. Do you like content on dating, breakups, relationships, and how to communicate? If so, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I bring you a new video based all upon dating, relationships, breakups, how to move through that, how to manifest things too. I throw a manifestation video in there in between, but mostly I talk about dating, relationships, how to communicate more effectively, and I give you a little bit of B. Wiley basic insights when it comes to living your best life. Now, today is all about women who act fast and think slow. Yes, I'm gonna go right down to the gut. I'm gonna get all the way down in your gut, not the way you like them dudes to, but I'm gonna speak some truth into your spirit, sis. A lot of women, myself included, I used to be this woman. That's why I can talk about it to you, so you can stop being that woman or not start to be that woman based upon stuff you see on social media. So a lot of us get the hearts in our eyes. If you're new to my channel, the hearts in your eyes, you know the emoji with the hearts? It's when you see a guy and he's everything you could ever hope for, wish for, dream for, aspire to be with. He might, if you like tall guys, he may be tall. If you like bearded fellows, he may be bearded. If you like guys with big ears, if you like guys with big feet, if you like guys with gaps, if you like guys with big eyes, long eyelashes, fades, dreads, name it. We all have something that we just really are like goo goo gaga for. However, I need for you to reel it back in. And the way you can do this is with practice. Because if you allow his looks to overshadow his looks, his wit, his charm to overshadow his character, then you're definitely going to find yourself in a messy situation. And when you act fast and think slow, once the act is done, now you're left to pick up the pieces. Typically, when you pick up the pieces, it's traumatic. You've been ghosted. You don't know what the heck happened. You're the victim. It's like the rug was swept from under you. If we would start to move slower, then we would get to know the guy for who he is versus who he's telling us he is, and we will see if he's a match for us. Like, that's the thing. I think a lot of women get it twisted. We're trying to do magic tricks and cook in the kitchen and do the splits and learn how to strip and learn how to undress ourselves with one hand while twirling a baton and try to be Martha Stewart. So much so that we're auditioning. And I don't know, and I've talked about this before, ladies, like, you don't have to run through a burning building to get his attention. You don't have to tell him how good your skills are behind closed doors, because once he's committed to you, he'll know. Like, why do we have to do so much performing? It's like we're the clowns in the circus. Women, not all, women have now become the main event, the clowns. And all of us are packed in this little bitty, thirsty, thirst-trapping, desperate, thoughtful vehicle. And we're bouncing our big red noses and big red hair out one by one, doing magic tricks, trying to get a guy to see us, love us, appreciate us, when we don't even do none of that for ourselves. We want to just tackle the next girl, kick her down, beat her down to the ground to get a no good dude who ain't good for nobody but himself because he's self-serving. Not all guys. However, you know the guys that I'm talking about. So ladies, I need for you to put your thinking caps on like you're back in school and think about, is this dude that I'm going after really a good guy for me? Does he have great character? Is he responsible? Does he pick up the phone if I needed something right now? If my lights got cut off and it's in the middle of the winter and they got cut off due to an outage, not because I didn't pay my bill, but they got cut off due to an outage in the middle of the winter. Is this a guy that I can call and say, hey, can I just come over there and crash on the couch till tomorrow because they said my lights will be back on? Will he pick up the phone? Will he ignore you? Will he ghost you? Will he tell you the next day that he fell asleep, or that he was at his homeboy's house, or he didn't hear his phone, or that his phone died? Like, can you depend on this guy when you really need him? Think about that. Can you depend on him outside of his penis? Think about it. Can you depend on him when the going gets tough and the tough gets going? These are guys that you claim that like you. These are guys that you claim that are interested in you, and they just had a rough breakup. So, you gotta work on them to get him to bring his guard down. This is a grown man. If you have to work on a man to get him to trust you and bring his guard down so he can be emotionally available to you, you need to not. You need to just not go for guys like that, because he ain't here to stay. Like my other video said, he here to play. He ain't something you stay with. He's something you play with. So Speedy Gonzalez, I need for you to slow down. And if you're watching this and you're like, well, B. Wiley, I can't be like you. I can't just wait around for the right guy. And what am I supposed to do? I feel empty without a guy. Well, if you feel empty, if you feel less than, if you feel unwhole, if you feel like you half of a human, if you don't have a guy, any kind of guy in your life, I'm just say right now, you need to go ahead and book you a session, a coaching session, because that sounds crazy. And I've actually heard people say it. I've heard women say it, that they just cannot be by themselves. What are they supposed to do? And I've suggested, get to know you. Get to know who you are, what you like, what you need, what you want for you. Not even talking about a man. Get to know how to comb your own hair without the lace front wig on. Learn how to do your makeup if you wear makeup. Find a tutorial on how to make a quilt, on how to balance your checkbook, on how not to overspend, on how to dress to impress for less. Learn some things. Find out about what makes you happy and go do those things versus sitting around online dating, being thirsty, being thoughtish, turning your butt to the camera and trying to bait a man in with your body. Stop it, sisters. Stop moving fast and thinking slow. Because when you do this, when the stuff hits the fan, and it will, because until you get your stuff together and understand your power, learn your worth, you're going to continue to attract men that are less than. Remember, because like attracts like. And I'll say it, and this will be the end of it. If you won't date you just like you are right now as him, meaning if you wouldn't date the male version of yourself right now as you are right now, include where you live, who you live with, the car you drive, the amount of money in your bank account, how you are mentally, emotionally, spiritually, what you do for work every day, whatever your morals or standards are, your character. If you are unwilling to date a male version of you, then you do not need to be dating. I did a video on that. Check it out. Are you willing to date you, sis? Showing up as a man, as you. Think about it. Think about all the stuff you hate about yourself. Think about all the stuff that annoys you about yourself. Think about all the things that you're working on or supposed to be working on. Think about if you met that tomorrow. Would it turn you on? Would it make your heart flutter? Or would you be disgusted? See, a lot of us got it twisted. A lot of us women want to be in a relationship because we think once we're in a relationship, we're better than the single sister that's not in a relationship. When at the end of the day, the single sister is over here minding her business, getting herself together, working on her credit, paying off her student loans, learning how to cook different meals versus cooking red beans and rice and SpaghettiOs every day. She's learning how to do her natural hair so she can cut back on spending so much money on getting her hair done and using that money to pay on her student loans. That single girl over there is loving herself, getting her pedicures, her manicures, even if she's doing it herself. She's learning skincare, new skincare routines. She's learning how to shop on a budget by going to Plato's Closet so she can use that extra money to take herself out once a week in order to be seen by nice, respectful, single, relationship-ready men versus you over there. You sitting on social media. You got your tongue hanging out your mouth. You got your boobs pressed against the glass and your butt turned all the way over, bent over, twerkulating, butt booty bouncing everywhere. There's nothing below the surface with you. Everything is about money. Everything is silly and funny and games. A dude can't even have a real conversation about you. You ain't read a book since you was in the 9th grade. You don't do anything productive outside of going to the club and drinking Hennessy. It's like everything about you is materialistic, social media, and simple. I need for us to stop. You are better than this. If any of that is ringing any bells, hey, I used to be a lot of those things, not the Hennessy part. I did have Hennessy. I feel like I had Hennessy a few years ago when me and my cousin and his girlfriend were out in the club in Indiana one time. But other than that, I don't drink Hennessy. But a lot of those things that I listed were a lot of things that I used to do. You could not catch me not in the club when I lived in Arkansas before I moved here to St. Louis. I was in the club every weekend, getting toe up from the flow up. Ghetto. I was ghetto. I wouldn't say I was ghetto. Now I can't say I was ghetto. Because I'm not. And there ain't nothing wrong with being ghetto. There's nothing wrong with it. Hey, I like to get hood. It is what it is. That's just me getting off track here. But the point of this video is, if you made it this far, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Likes. Give me likes. Because that pushes my video out to other people that want to hear this message just like you. So anyway, if you're still here, the moral of the story is, you're more than you're giving yourself credit for. That's it. And if there's something that you want to change, work on it, do it. If you are like, ain't nothing wrong with me, it's something wrong with these dudes, then that's a red flag right there. And I advise you to get some coaching to find out. Maybe there is something. And I advise you to ask your friends, hey, why do you think I'm single? And or, do you think I'm good girlfriend material? I literally asked, this has been a minute ago, I literally asked one of my dearest friends, what do you think about me? Do you think I'm relationship material? And then he let me know flat out what he thought. And everything was all good because your girl, yeah. Woo! All right, guys, I'm silly. Y'all know I'm silly. I'm going to give you what you need, and then I'm going to be silly, too. So, hey, I'm balanced. So, if you're still here, I'm Coach B. Wiley. I am here every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to see me elsewhere, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Twitter is your friend, as well as TikTok. Coach B. Wiley. Put in the comments more videos that I can do for you. I am here to serve you. So what you want to see, let me know. Ask me a question. I will address it in a video. Outside of that, make sure you hit that notification bell so I'll know that you're here and we can be friends. All right, guys. Talk to you later.